So I was hoping this would be a video about how an amazing performance Bernie had in the Iowa caucuses, but unfortunately none of the polling numbers from the Iowa caucus have been released yet. An interesting article from Common Dreams. We found inconsistencies. This is not a hack. Final Iowa caucus results are not yet available. The final results of the Democratic primary party caucus in Iowa held Monday night are not yet available. As the clock edged past 10:30 p.m. local time, Democratic candidates including Amy Klobuchar, Crazy Uncle Joseph, Elizabeth Warren, and future President Bernard Sanders began to take to the podium to address supporters at their respective headquarters. In a statement, Mandy McClure, communications director for the Iowa Democratic Party, said, quote, "We found inconsistencies in the reporting of 3 sets of results. In addition to the tech systems being used to tabulate results, we're also using photos of results and a paper trail to validate that all results match and ensure that we have confidence and accuracy in the numbers that they report." McClure continued by saying, quote, "This is simply a reporting issue. The app did not go down and this is not a hack or an intrusion. The underlying data and paper trail is sound and will simply take time to further report the results." According to an earlier statement from the Iowa Democratic Party, turnout was on par with 2016, but technical issues caused problems in terms of getting the results in a timely and efficient manner, according to the Des Moines Register. Campaign workers for the Democrats reported significant glitches with the new reporting app they were supposed to use to report caucus results Monday. McClure acknowledged delays, saying they were due to quality checks and the fact that the party was reporting 3 sets of data for the first time. "The integrity of the results is paramount," McClure said at 9:30 p.m. "What we know right now is around 25% of precincts are reported, and early data indicates turnout is on pace for 2016. So I think that's a good sign that the turnout appeared to be pretty high, at least looks like on par for 2016, potentially higher. I think in 2016, Bernie came in second and got around, 48% of the caucus delegates or votes, and I think Hillary got a slight majority. And so it would have been nice to know, like, at this point that Bernie Sanders has just, crushed everybody and just blew everybody out of the park. And so ideally, what we would like to see, in Iowa is, Bernie Sanders obviously doing really well, and, Elizabeth Warren not do as good. More support for Bernie would mean probably breaking off some of that progressive vote that Warren has, because, again, if she, reaches that 15% viability in certain precincts, then she would go to the second round. If she didn't, and a good chunk of her supporters' second choice is Bernie, so she didn't reach that 15% threshold, then, those progressive votes could go to Bernie. And then we'd also like to see Buttigieg do pretty well here, and because he would be siphoning off a lot of votes from Joe Biden, so we'd like to see Bernie do really well, probably Buttigieg in second, Biden in third, and Elizabeth Warren a distant fourth, so Bernie would be able to soak up all of her votes if she didn't reach that 15% viability marker. That's kind of interesting at this point. On caucus night 4 years ago, returns were in from 85% of Iowa precincts. We currently have final alignment results from 2% of precincts and delegate equivalent results from none. MSNBC's Steve Kornacki admitted the team was baffled by the delay of the results and said it was highly unusual. According to CNN correspondent David Chilean, quote, "They're trying to make certain that what they report out as official results is accurate. Then yeah, so there had been kind of some issues earlier in the day with the app that precinct, I think, managers or whatnot were using to tabulate the caucus result, having some issues with that, and then now they're checking for these alleged inconsistencies and just kind of the delay and the nature around it. It's just a little, what's going on here? Is there some type of chicanery, some trickeration going on by the Democrats apparatchiks maybe in Iowa? Maybe the establishment was seeing that Bernie Sanders was just destroying everybody else, so they had to maybe say that they found some inconsistencies and take those out. But I mean, I feel like because of this delay, whenever the results are released, there will be some questions, from probably multiple campaigns and from multiple perspectives of what exactly happened, what caused this delay, what can we do to make sure this doesn't happen in the future, because even if there wasn't necessarily anything nefarious going on, it still looks like a little bit questionable from my perspective. So those are my thoughts. What are yours? What do you think about these Iowa caucus results being delayed because of these supposed inaccurate inconsistencies? It's not a hack, but there's some kind of inconsistencies going on. What do you think? Share your comments in the comment sections down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Peace. Much love.